Hello everybody, this is Eris. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a faux belt buckle for your cosplay. I'm using Deadpool's buckle since my particular cosplay will be Deadpool, but you can do this with any character. So the things you're going to need are wood, a Dremel or other wood cutting device, picture hangers, paint, and a belt. I know some of you might be too young to be able to use any of the tools to cut the wood, but don't be afraid to ask your parents for help. They may already have the means to do this or know someone they can have cut this out once you have your design drawn on the wood. I chose the Dremel personally because I knew I would be engraving some small designs in the wood before painting. The little green package in the center are the hangers. Make sure they are wide enough for your belt or else it won't fit. Also, make sure your wood is thick enough for the nails of the hangers, or use the Dremel, if you choose, to cut and file the nails down if they go through the other side. I lined my hangers up side by side at the approximate width of a normal belt buckle. I used my belt that I bought for this project to measure the spacing. If you think it looks like a good width, then mark each end of the hangers where the pencil is shown. You're going to need a compass for this to work best, but draw a circle just outside the mark you made with your hangers. I found that mine could be a little closer together, so I moved them and made new marks. I used these marks to draw a new circle that was a size I was happier with. If you're doing a design that isn't a circle, this can be just as simple. For example, if you're making a bat symbol belt, you could trace the bat symbol onto paper first, and then see if the height of the design will accommodate your hangers. Then, if this works, trace it onto the wood, marking where you want your hangers, and start cutting it out. I used my compass at the same size to move my circle closer to the edge on the other side of the board. I thought this might be easier so I wouldn't have to do so much sawing using the Dremel to try and get towards the middle of the board where I had originally drawn it. I ended up alternating to a hacksaw after getting halfway through with the Dremel. My Dremel's cordless, so all that sawing with the cutting blade killed my battery pretty fast. The design looks pretty rough, so this is the part where we start sanding until we have a smooth shape. I ended up jumping ahead and spray painting on my base coat, but your real next step should be lining up your hangers again. I used a push pin to start a small hole in the wood so I can line up the holes for the next part. You're going to want to use the biggest part of your belt to figure out if you're going to need to bend your hangers just a little bit so the ends will fit through. This is where the holes I made with the push pins come in handy. You can use them to line up at least one of the ends of your hangers, and if you need to, you can mark a new little hole with the pin again so you know where the second hole will be if you need to bend your hangers a lot. Once you've figured out all that, then you're good to fasten the hangers on using the tiny nails that should have been in the package. If you want little designs, now would be a good time to use the Dremel and engrave them into the wood. I had originally wanted to make the center of my buckle have a raised design, but I'm not at a comfortable skill level with my Dremel to do that. So I made beveled lines to border each of the colors of the design instead to give it more character. Then you're good to go with painting. Like I said a few frames ago, I jumped ahead when I spray painted, which damaged my paint when I hammered my hangers on. But it's just my base coat, and the design is going to have me paint over the spots that were damaged anyways. I'm using acrylic craft paint, which can be found in just about any major retail stores. I got mine from Walmart in the craft aisle. Now paint that baby! Overall, I'm pleased with my results, and I'm happy I went with the beveled lines separating my colors instead. I feel like it really made the belt pop to have that silver in between each color. Of course, this isn't a real buckle, so it won't fit over an already existing buckle. For my cosplay, it'll be easy for me to hide the real buckle under my belt pouches, but some of you may have to find an alternate way of hiding the real buckle, like painting it black to make it less noticeable. For example, if you have just a regular belt, which have eyelets instead of the clip thing like mine has, it might not be as noticeable from the start to wear the original clasp at your hip. I hope you have really enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that some of you can use what I've done to make your own belts. Experiment with it and have fun. This is actually my first time trying to make something like this, and it's been a really fun learning experience for me. I've never worked with wood, and I had no idea that I could use it in an application like this. But I got kind of stuck trying to build my own cosplay because I had no idea how I was going to get a belt like that. Thanks for watching this tutorial. I hopefully will see you later in my next video. Bye!